Welcome to my journey through the Bible. This will be a little more in depth about the chapter and ways to apply it to our everyday life. So we're in Genesis 17, 1 through 27. The Lord told Abraham, "I am the mighty God. Walk with me." This message is the same for us today. God is still the same yesterday, today, and forever. He never changes. We change, and we change our perspective of Him, but God never changes. We are to listen to God and obey His word. Because just like God met every need that Abraham needs, today God can meet every need that we have. And I want us to just talk a little bit about this contract, okay? So God made this covenant with Abraham. The only thing Abraham had to do was obey. Simple enough. But God's part was to give him heir to his name and to make his name great. He was going to give him property and power and wealth. Now today, most contracts don't always work that way. We make a contract with somebody, you hope to get something of equal value of what you're given to them. You hope to receive something of equal value. Sometimes we make some bad deals and we come out on the short end and we tend to get a little upset. But God knowingly made this covenant with Abraham. And not only with him, but with his children if they were willing to obey him. God even gave Abraham a little bit of detail as far as how great his name was going to be, that there would be kings that would come down from his line. There would be prince, and there's going to be mighty warriors. It's kind of neat how God gives us little nuggets of information of something to hold on to and to let us know that the future is going to turn out okay. But this would mean that we also have to do our part. Now, Abraham's name means the father of a great multitude. Now, I don't know if you've ever took the time to look up what your name means. You should do that. You can Google it. Put your name in there, see what the meaning is. Search through the Bible and find scriptures that sustain that meaning. It'll give you lessons and little information of things that to live up to that name, which is very important as well. So God asked Abraham to be circumcised as a sign of his covenant with God. Once they were circumcised, this could not be undone. They would be forever known as Jews. This symbol of cutting off the foreskin is a symbol of cutting out sin in our life today and becoming new. Baptism today also represents that same thing. When we get baptized, we're being cleansed or washed away of all of our old life, our old mistakes and sins that we've made, and we're starting fresh. We're starting new with God. And this change sometimes can be very hard, but it's very worth it. It's just because it's hard to break hard habits that we've had our whole life, or habits we've had for the last 10 years. It's hard to break them. So obviously there's going to be some growing pains as we try to make some changes in our life for the better, for our health, for our spirit, for everything. Abraham had doubts because of his age, because of Sarah's age. Sarah was past the age of being able to give birth to a child. Maybe that was God's plan all along, to say, look, I can do the impossible. I'm going to make you wait until you no longer can have children, and then I'm going to bless you with a son. Maybe Sarah had to do some growing. Maybe she had to learn to grow in her faith and to trust God. And God said, I'm going to wait until she grows closer to me. And then I'm going to bless her with a son. The one thing she's always wanted. The one thing that she wanted at this time. So God always keeps his promises. When he makes us a promise, he's going to keep it. Could we say the same for us? When you make a promise to your spouse, your child, a friend, do you keep that promise? Or is it always broken and there's not a lot of confidence in you doing what you say you're going to do? Abraham asked God not to forget Ishmael, the son that he did have. And God didn't forget him. God blessed him and made a mighty nation out of Ishmael. And actually from his bloodline too. But God was going to make his covenant through the son Isaac. Now, I don't know what your circumstances is, and I don't know what God's full plan is for you. But I can tell you, if you step out and you make that covenant with God, he will deliver on his end. He will meet your needs, and he will bless you beyond your greatest imagination. May the Lord of peace himself give you peace in all time and in all ways. May God be with you all.